Hey everybody, it's Garrett here with Youngblood Ag. Just wanted to give you a little update on what we're doing here in the shop. It is January 8th. It's been a little while since I've done the last shop update video, so I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year since I kind of missed that. But let's kind of show you what we've got going on here in the shop. So the shop looks a little different than the last video I made. We got our stack fold planter all completed and it is ready to go. Customer took it home a few days ago. Turned out really nice. He's excited to have it, and we're excited to see it in the field this spring. So the Haggy that we had over in the corner that was getting right spot and boom loop, it is now done. We got her done, let's see, I think we got her done yesterday. It took us about a day and a half to get everything put on there. Kind of give you the rundown as to what all it entails and that sort of thing. So basically, every nozzle body gets its own little solenoid on there where the diaphragms would normally go. So it's a little electric pulsing solenoid. And then each set of 12 nozzles gets its own valve control module, VCM. And then, of course, all the wiring between. And then with the boom loop, here's a good example. So each boom is plumbed right into the next one. And then each section is separated by a hand valve. And good thing I took this video because I found a hose clamp that is loose. So I better get a nut driver and tighten that up. Don't hold the phone in your hands. Okay, well, since you guys fell from clear up there, my screen is actually still intact, surprisingly. So we're gonna reset and redo the video. Okay, so now that I dropped my phone trying to take a video of me tightening said clamp, the clamp is now tight. My phone fell all the way to the floor. But it still works, and the screen is not broken. So Android Galaxy S24s are pretty sturdy. Shout out to them. But anyway, so our boom loop, we actually feed the very end sections clear out to the end. And we put a little three-way valve in there, so that way it is able to be drained if need be. The customer already had his elbows outside the boom. We were a little leery about putting him outside that way, but he already had his set up that way, so he's under the understanding that if something breaks, it was like that when we put it there. So he's all good with that. So basically what boom loop does is it allows the section valves to turn on independently, and it will flow all the product or rinse water or clean out water back to the center and either push it back into the product tank, or it just allows the product to circulate back into the product tank and keep the booms agitated. So that is what boom loop is. It's made by Ag Leader as part of their right spot system. If we come under the Haggy, you can see we ended up drilling an extra hole in the bottom of the tank and putting our boom loop valve under here, because our product actually comes from the boom and then comes back into this 2-inch tube, and then this valve will shut when we're actually applying the product, or it will open when we have set boom loop to go ahead and kick on. So that will allow it to push back to the tank. It does have a check valve in there, so that way the product can't backfeed back into the boom. But yeah. And if we go ahead and open this panel here, maybe, there we go. You can see our cabling comes out of the corner of the cab there. And then Pete and I mounted the modules here on the flap that flops down. And then our right spot controller hub is up there mounted on the frame rail. So it's just 2 modules, and then that right spot hub controller, and then the modules out on the boom. And that's really all there is to it for module wise. So we can control all of our stuff via the factory Haggy controls. And then he had an original Integra in here with a DC liquid, direct command liquid module, and we took that out and put our L2 in, and he opted to go to just a in-command 1200 because he wasn't really planning on putting right spot on, but the pricing of right spot versus a new machine that was decked out, he kind of outweighed that. So we ended up upfitting this, and he just kind of wanted to stick with the tried and true 1200 and go that route. So overall, we're pretty excited about this SDS10. It's a 2009 model, I believe, that has got all brand new tech on it, and sprayer is really well taken care of. And like I said, the guy was thinking about trading, but decided to just upfit this one, and because it's in really good condition. So yeah, so that's kind of the story on that. It's ready to go. We called him this morning first thing and let him know that it was ready to go. He's excited about it. He's absolutely stoked, and hopefully gonna pick it up here in the next day or so. So coming over here to the 3600 that was originally folded up, we got it all tore down and rebuilt. Just finishing it up. We got a few things left to do on it. We were waiting on a couple of warranty modules from a couple other jobs that we robbed the parts out for this job to fix a couple others. So we were waiting on those to get those back. But yeah, so he ended up going with double row bearing disc openers, all new inner and outer scrapers. Let's see, we did 05 series parallel arms. This is of course getting SureForce and SureDrives on it. So we got the SureForce cylinders, our valve blocks, all of our hosing done. We got our generator mounted. We have not gotten the SureDrives mounted on the units yet, but hopefully within probably the next day or so we'll have all that done, and this one will be ready to be out of here too. So that's what we got going on here. Let's see, what else do we got? Oh, let's come over here. So last night Pete and I was able to get our 3205 flipped over and on its wheels, and this morning we got the tongue put on and mounted. It's all tight and ready to go, and we've been running lights and hoses and getting it all put together. Right now Pete's in a meeting, but I think when he gets back we're going to throw the markers on, and then the only thing that we'll have left to do is throw the row units on. This planner is actually getting cable drives. I don't remember what the brand is, but we got them from Ag Express. So it will not have any chains other than the transmission chains on it. So customer had a prior, I think it was like a 2000 or something like that, old machine, and he kept throwing chains, and we kind of think that maybe it was more of a chain being wore out issue or maybe misalignment, but he opted to go for the cable drives, and that is fine by us because they actually have clutches built into them. So we're able to put a swath stem harness on from Ag Leader and put the swath stem modules on and be able to do population monitoring and clutch control without having to go to the extra work of putting all the clutches and stuff on. So that works out for us and the customer both. So, but yeah, I will put in and maybe edit in the video that Pete's wife Cassidy took last night of us flipping this thing over, because it was a first for us. Because I've done it before, but just used like a service truck and hooked a strap around the back and then tried to lay it over with the with it chained to a forklift, and that gets kind of sketchy. But we were actually able to just go in with the telehandler and go underneath and chain the stand to the mast and chain the bar to the mast, of course, and just roll it over. So worked out really slick, and if we ever have to do it again, then we know exactly what we need to do, and it worked out really good. So I got the row units brought over here. See what they look like as they come in a box. So it looks like everything is pretty well complete, other than it does not have closing wheel tails, and the parallel arms are only half on. So it's got the uppers on, but the lowers are still attached to the W plate that mounts on the bar. So looks like I've got to lift the main row unit up out of the box to be able to get to my W plate to actually mount it on the bar. So I got the row unit picked up out of there, hanging from the hooks. Got my W plate down below, and my closing wheel tails must be in a different box. So yeah, we'll see if we can get one mounted up here, and I'll take another video with it mounted up. Well, I got the row unit all mounted up. I went ahead and already pre-marked my holes, or where my center row unit's supposed to be, all the way down along the bar. So that made it pretty easy. Oh, and look what I found. Closing wheel tail. So great, I don't have to go searching for those. So that's awesome. Seed tube sensors are over in a pallet on the other side, so I'll get those put in after I get all the rest of the row units hung. But it took me, probably 5-10 minutes to get it hung. It's the W plate with the lower row unit, or lower parallel arms, slips up underneath behind the shaft. Bolt that on, and then bring the row unit around and drop the uppers on, and away you go. So pretty slick and easy. That's about all I got for today. Upcoming projects, I know we've got a 1775 NT John Deere, I believe, coming in that currently has SureForce and SureDrives on it, and it is, I think the customer was stripping it down for us so we could go ahead and rebuild it, and it is actually getting SureSpeed put on. So we got to update all the modules to it because he currently has Gen 1 modules, and so he will be going to RCM2s, which is Gen 2, and then getting a new generator put on to go to 24 volt because that's how the Sure Speeds run. They run off 24 volt. And I know we've got, I think, another Haggy 120 foot boom, a little newer machine that will be getting right spot. And I want to say maybe another Haggy 90 foot that'll be getting right spot and boom loop, and then possibly a Rogator. So we've got a lot of work ahead of us. So we're trying to get the shop empty and get everything cleaned out here so we can get some more projects in. So thanks for watching this week, and I'll try, like I was hoping to this last month or so, to be better about doing some more videos. So thanks for watching.